Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Dominions 4 Thrones of Ascension with me, BrainBoy 20, where we last left off. We were punishing Akrasfal for their audacity to assault us when we were finishing off Sarmatia and Tianchi, of which we've cut them off from all their lands. Sarmatia has been reduced to a single fortress in the uppermost northeast corner of the map, and Tianchi is pretty much divided down to nothing. We finished researching construction, giving us access to unique magic items, and now all we have left are the Siege Golem, Iron Dragon, Mechanical Militia, Juggernaut Construction, and the Poison Golem, of which we're going to move elsewhere, most likely Evocation 5, or 4, somewhere in that range, because I currently don't know what I would like to research. Some Alliance, Pale Riders, Augury, Nothing Found in Griffin Spires, and the battle in Akrasfal, which is us finally attacking their home. Or them attacking us. Oh yeah, Tamar can cast Invulnerability, I didn't even realize. So let's see, does their quantity beat my quality? Doesn't look like that should be possible. I'm going to speed things along because we're going to have just lots of spell casting going on. So the Leogryphs die, but we get the first genuine attack. But they leave our flank exposed because our forces divert to the northern section. Like, I don't even feel the need to commentate on this. I can't tell who's really gonna win this. I mean, they have us surrounded now, which is an issue, but that just means we can easily hit them, and oh my gosh, who got hit? That's just a hell hitting. What's the Bane Lord doing? As of right now, we're gutting through their hordes. The Valkyries are doing an amazing job of assassinating their commanders, and we're just punching through all their front line. While our back line is just spamming out more skeletons to deal with. Like, their forces are already in retreat. Oh, the Bane Lord finally feels the urge to come to the main fight. Oh, don't you dare tell me we're retreating. No, good. Our morale is too high for this. And the Valkyries are, of course, berserking in the middle of their army. Whatever's happening, it's going to be a massive fight. Or at least there's going to be mass death on both sides, and I might have to retreat, just because Akrasfal has such a huge army. Yeah, I was guessing our spellcasters have finally hit their fatigue levels, which is why they aren't doing anything. I really need to get more reinvigoration artifacts available for us. But certainly their fatigue levels must be getting high enough where they can't do anything either. There's just Sigdriva, who's just casting all these long deads, which will hopefully deal with anything else that our serfs can't deal with. I call them serfs, they really should be calling them by their actual name, the Hirdman. Let's speed things along. Yep, their armies are routed. Let's see how many we can kill in a rout. Already grabbing some spellcasters. Okay, forces from Akros Fowl. They lost a witch, they lost a priestess, they lost a mystic, and they lost the Lion Tribe Witch Doctor. And then the vast majority of their horde also died with them. For us, we lost a significantly less amount. We lost whatever long dead horsemen remain. We lost one of the Vine Ogres. We lost almost all of our Valkyries, one of the Hell Hyrdings, most of the Mountain Hyrdmen, 2 Huskarls, a lot of the Hyrdmen, all Leogryphs, and 1 Drog. And we're still destroying the fort and the gate of Akros Fowl. So that was their army, but we still have a huge enough horde where continuing to assault them is probably prudent. Although I would like to recreate an army, or at least start bringing them together again. Okay, you've been casting Long Dead enough. Let's cast another spell. Preferably, Shade Beasts. Sure. We could always use more of those. Those are very good. And... oh, Shade Beasts. Please. Beasts? I had them before. There we are. Now, Alyssa, show me, what unique magic artifacts can we construct? Winterbringer gives us the spell Falling Frost. Uses a shower of frost and ice among the enemy ranks. The Twin Spear. This is one of 2 spears made for the sons of a king of in ancient times. The spears give the wielder increased leadership and luck in battle. One spear was given the power over death, and the other spear the power given over the void. The first one reanimates those killed by its deadly point. The second spear allows the wielder to call lesser horrors into battle. So this will do a very good kill Rise of Soulless, and I might just craft this immediately. The Sword of the Algermer. This sword was made up for the Jotun hero by Skuld, the Norna of Fortune's fates. It gives its wielder companions luck, but in battle it curses anyone who touches it. So he gets cursed, specifically, but everyone else gets luck as a result. Rod of Death. The scepter was stolen from the Lord of the Underworld by a powerful necromancer and given to his mortal general. The rod grants the wielder the ability to take control of the walking dead. The sickle whose crop is pain. A sickle made from beaten bronze with runes inscribed along its edges and a blood groove running down the center of the blade. This tool is not used to cut rye or wheat. Instead, its harvest is a far more sinister nature. When used in battle, the magic in the blade awakens and the sickle will harvest the pain of all those killed. Anyone surviving a hit from the sickle will start to decay and die within minutes. Scepter of Dark Regency. A scepter of silver and steel set with tourmalines, an enchantment with black magic. The scepter was crafted by Shantanok, the ruler of the Black Coven, in the forges of the Obsidian Citadel. A trained necromancer wielding the scepter will be able to bend the power of death magic to his will, but it comes with a cost. While wielding the scepter, the necromancer will age at an accelerated rate. So, major life drain, death magic bonus of 2, death magic ritual bonus of 2, range bonus, Sword of Injustice. A simple sword of ordinary appearance, the blade was once not unlike other swords. Afterwards worn and wielded by the Grand Censor of Ermor, who used it to mete out his depraved justice, it acquired considerable power from the innumerable innocents that died on its blade. The residue of these injustices residing in the blade was enhanced during the cataclysmic fall of Ermor, when it absorbed considerable amounts of unholy energy. The sword will now increase the holy might of its wielder and will strike anyone it hits with the rot of hell. It also enables the owner to protect his undead minions from banishment. Wound Flame. Now, for those who haven't realized by now, this is basically going to be an episode of me detailing all the unique magic artifacts I can construct, because, oh Jesus, are there a lot of them. This short sword was black steel, was quenched in the blood of lepers and the tears of plague victims upon its creation. Any wounds inflicted by this blade will become grievously infected and start to fester at a supernatural rate. Furthermore, the bearer of the sword will become an infected carrier of an extremely virulent disease that he and anyone close to him will likely succumb to, unless undead. Dimension Rod. This rod has a close connection to time and space. The wielder of this rod will be able to move very quickly and strike people in order to shift them out of this world. This rod is both very addictive and a sure way to insanity. Neat. Trident from below. Anyone struck with this trident will risk having his sword torn to pieces, so even the small scratch of this weapon can be deadly. Mindless units are immune to its soul-shredding effect. The Flailing Hand. The flail is made of human bones bound with iron. Instead of spiked balls, it's changed tipped with mummified hands, etched with the magic of death. When the flail is swung, the chill touch of the hands will cause extreme discomfort to anyone hit. The hands will also aid during spellcasting with making helpful gestures at crucial moments. Death magic bonus. Interesting. Sunslayer. The gruesome blade was designed by a vesture of the Black Golem. The dark powers of the sword consumed its maker when he first used it in battle. When he returned from beyond the grave, its powers were tamed. The black blade is covered with runes of death and destruction and was tempered in the essence of dying souls. Only undead are safe from the powers of the sword. Too bad it's two-handed. Oh wait, no. It has drained life. Car, we have you your weapon. This will be the one crafted, as you are the only one with death magic bonus that would allow you to craft it in the first place. No magic shields. The Crown of Despair. This beautiful ominous crown was originally crafted by the sorcerer King Ragiomir, who was also the high priest of the Prince of Death. Those who beheld the crown will quiver in fear. This crown is of great help when performing death magic and when animating the dead, but the crown also makes the wearer grow attached to it, and only death will see them apart. Armor of Virtue. This brilliant armor blesses the wearer and protects him from harm and malice. Enemies stand in awe when confronted by the virtuous hero wearing the armor, and should they strike and hurt him, the armor will instantly take him home, away from enemies. Neat. Sandals of the Crane. These worn sandals of unknown origin will teleport the wearer around the battlefield. The auto-spell Blink. Boots of the Plains. These boots will allow the wearer to pass through the very fabric of reality. He can step through rifts in space and travel great distances at a single bound. Bell of Cleansing. As soon as the hostile demon comes close, the bell will chime and send a powerful blast at the demon. Nethgul. Nethgul is an ancient star spawn whose body has been dead for a very long time. Part of his mind has been preserved in an enchant jar. From this jar, Nethgul can cast powerful spells at any enemy who comes within sight. In one more level of water magic, I think I could pull that off. The Horror Harmonica. As soon as combat starts, the harmonica will start its ominous wail. Everyone who can hear the wailing will feel their spirits sink in their hearts and gripped with fear. The harmonica is seldom played because it also summons evil horrors that will slay everyone in sight. Karakator, the Pocket Lich. Karakator is a pocket lich. In fact, he's the only known existing pocket lich. Several hundred years ago, an unimaginably powerful entity tore off the head of a lich that annoyed it, shrunk the head, and bound the will of the lich to the head. Karakator's head is now the size of a big apple, and the magic that binds him makes him serve as owner to the best of his abilities. Karakator has become increasingly grumpy over the years and spits and whispers foul curses at anyone nearby. Cute. The Ankh. Also known as the Amulet of Life, the Ankh was made in ancient times to cheat death of its prize. The mere presence of the Ankh prohibits the souls of the dead from leaving this world. The soul of the wearer will not pass upon death, instead the soul will reanimate in the corpse of the Ankh wearer. The powers of the Amulet of Life are so strong that the wearer may decide who will die and who will continue to fight when death calls. This spell gives all friendly units a second chance to live. An affected unit that dies will rise again as a soulless being and continue fighting. Undead units are not affected by this spell. Okay, before I forget, let us craft the Sunslayer. Yes! But that gives you death magic, though, and I don't want you casting death spells, but it gives you area death. Area death, 8 magic damage in an area of effect. Can I not craft it? Yes, I can. So you're going to forge Sunslayer. Now, we have earth magic on you and air magic, so what can you forge under unique items? The Summit. The beautiful axe was once used by a great dwarf lord. The pure quality of this weapon has never been surpassed. I can see that. Mage Bane. As the name implies, the sword was designed to destroy mages. The sword gives increased magic resistance to its wielder, and anyone hit by the blade will be struck unconscious. This power of Mage Bane cannot be cancelled by any magic resistance. Magic being struck by the weapon may be destroyed as the magical energies that animated them are dissolved. Wow. Instant 999 damage with the effect of Slay Magic. Wait a minute, what? How do you have... Oh, you have air. Rod of Death. Let's see, what else do we got? Picus's Axe of Rulership. Picus and Procus were two brothers who ruled the kingdom together. They were both wise mages. Picus was a specialist in blood magic, and Procus in death magic. In order to strengthen their hold in the kingdom, they decided to forge a set of magical weapons together. Picus's axe was made to strengthen and protect the brothers, and Procus's axe was made to put fear in both their enemies and the population. Whenever a citizen was to be punished, one of the brothers would chop off one of the citizen's arms, and soon the axes became known as the Axes of Evil. The magic of the axes only manifested when the axes were wielded by both brothers simultaneously. Picus and Procus later died trying to defend their kingdom against a barbarian horde. The barbarian chief then managed to unleash the power of the axes by using one in each hand. Causes arm loss. Interesting. Tempest. A blade forged during a thunderstorm and tempered by lightning. The sword crackles and hisses, striking enemies with lightning. The owner of this sword is resistant to lightning and may send thunder strikes against his enemies. The Stone Sword. The mighty sword will strike everyone in its vicinity with petrification, including the wielder. Only those highly resistant to magic will survive. Let's try that again. Rimlung, can you continue to show me why you're supposed to be forging items? Barrier. The great shield is inscribed with runes of fortitude and swiftness. It is said to be indestructible until its creator has died. The shield grants its bearer strength from the earth itself, as well as protection from fire and lightning. Tower shields cannot be used by mounted troops. The Aegis. This is a round shield of hardened leather with tufts of goat hair surrounding its edge. Upon the leather surface, the unknown maker painted an extremely vivid image of Medusa. This image is so vivid that anyone who meets the mad gaze with the painted eyes will be instantly petrified. Anyone fighting the Aegis bearer will thus have trouble watching and predicting the Aegis bearer's moves as he tries to avoid the leering face of Medusa. Crown of Death. Asphytic's Armor. This golden full-plate armor was crafted for the hero Asphytic to wear in his battle against Harkathor of the Black Coven. The armor is more skillfully crafted than any armor ever made. Only the black monolith armor worn by the lord who Asphytic fought is heavier. This armor is said to have protected Asphytic from the magics of the Black Coven. Jesus. The armor statistics are insane, but the monolith armor, this unbelievably massive armor, is crafted out of black obsidian and is so heavy that it seems unmovable. Indeed, were it not for the powerful spells welded into its construction, the enormous weight would render the wearer immobile. As it is, he'll be able to move, but only at the expense of tremendous exertion. On the other hand, he'll be rendered virtually impervious to any sort of harm, and the wounds upon his flesh will close at awesome speed. The wearer of this massive armor will also be almost impervious to fear. Amulet of the Doppelganger. This amulet will make the wearer look like an ordinary commoner, which makes it impossible to move unnoticed in enemy territory. It works equally well in a large golem and a human, making it an ideal item when you need to sneak a large monster into enemy territory. The Flying Ship. This golden ship will be able to grow and shrink whenever it is needed. The owner of this ship will be able to fly across the land with an entire army. Igor Cohnhelm's totem. Here Cohnhelm was famous for his ability to put together parts of corpses and reanimate them with the power of lightning. With the help of this tome, Mage will be able to produce corpse constructions at a much higher rate than normal. The owner of this book will be able to become much more physically powerful during a storm. Krupp's Braces. These magical steel braces were specially made for the warlord Krupp. The braces not only increase the defense of the owner and the strength of his armor, but they also reinvigorate him so that he can continue to fight with a very long time without tiring. The First Anvil. The first anvil was made by the god of forging and given to the mortals so they could discover the art of forging. It is an invaluable tool when crafting magic items. I would like that. Holger the Head. This is a small and very fierce head that belongs to the most renowned and admired of all Hoburg heroes, Holger the Headless Hoburg Hero. Try saying that 5 times fast. When this head is held and boldly presented to the enemy, Holger will come rushing from wherever he is stuffing his headless neck with pre-chewed food or filtered soup. Once battle is joined, Holger will do his best to finish it quickly so that he might once more return to his headless gluttony. Should Holger's body be slain, a new one will grow after a few days and start stuffing itself with food. Dropnir, a golden ring of dwarven craftsmanship. Every night it gives birth to 8 identical rings. Giving me 200 gold per month. Amazing. Now, do we have anyone else here? No, we have nature mages, but we don't have any in a place that'll allow me to search them. No, yes, good. Good. I wanted to see, what are the nature stuff? Nothing yet. Nothing. Oh. Crown of the Ivy King. This crown is worn by the High King of the exalted Vinemen in ancient times, when the Vinemen were still a great race. Vinemen perceive the wearer of this crown as a rightful king and will gladly serve him. This crown is of great help when awakening vine creatures in the forest and will increase the effects of awakened Vinemen and awakened Vine Ogres' spells. Animals confronted with the crown will feel its power and hesitate before striking. The wearer of this crown will also be resistant to poison and regenerate wounds very quickly. Robe of Callias the Druid. This robe was created by Callias to give him protection from magic and all elements. As a side effect, this also enables him to breathe underwater. Fenris's Pelt. This is a pelt of flayed skin of the father of all wolves. It is coal-black, shaggy, and huge. The pelt will imbue the wearer with the strength, speed, and rage of the father of wolves. Wolves also come to his side in times of need and serve him as if he were their patriarch. The Boots of Callias the Druid. This pair of boots were created by the powerful druid Callias. The boots restore the wearer's fatigue at an incredible rate. The Green Eye. This eye once belonged to a mighty druid. If the owner replaces his own eye with this one, the green eye will come alive and assist him by casting spells at any enemy who comes within sight. The green eye will also give increased magic penetration when the owner of the eye casts a spell. Wondrous Box of Monsters. When opened, the random monsters will start to appear and attack the owner's enemies. In the rare case, the box may malfunction and pop a few monsters that try to kill the wrong side. Okay, that's actually pretty funny. Okay, enough of this. They'll continue their siege. You're definitely getting Sunslayer, and then afterwards you are going to get empowered with some water magic. You have finished your empowerment and are not going to sneak, but you're going to outright move to the north. You're still here, but you're not doing anything because you finished your laboratory. So I'm actually going to have you build a temple. As we clearly need to have a temple down here to continue spreading our influence all across the land. And how much of TNG exists? Just this place down here? We might just claim it so they have absolutely nothing. I mean, we still can't take the place, but this is why I'm dropping down this fortress here so they can't just take this area from me. And then I can try to deal with TNG. Anyway, Solius, you have been summoning dragons and summon lions. I want you to get these army troops. I want you to get these troops together. How many can you command magic-wise? 25 magic beings. And you're at 17. We might as well have you cast one more ritual spell of summon lions, and then we'll get ready because this is spring, and it'll be time for you to march out and claim the rest of this place from my name. And then, of course, down here we will continue. I'm going to recruit a Hagadrot because I kind of want to get some more frontline troops. And then some more Valkyries together with more Herdmen, putting my resources to nil. Down here we'll definitely get some Huskarls and some actual Herdmen afterwards. In addition, a single Druid because I like the Druids. And then you down here can't recruit anything. I don't know why I tried. There's no reason to recruit up there. Down here, we definitely have an army together that I would like to pull together at some point. But right now, we're just going to fill it out with Huskarls. And then when the time comes, I can launch a reinforcement. And with that, I think this turn's over. It's already been 25 minutes almost. And again, I was talking the entire time of forging unique magic items. Research and evocation is double completed, boosting us to level 6. or level 5 spells, giving us Healing Mist, Poison Cloud, Shadow Blast. I can go into 6, but what does that give me? Wailing Winds, Bane Fire, Blast of Unlife, Wrath of God, which gives me the Astral Air Magic spell, and a Magma Eruption, but ultimately nothing that I would like to use. So let's see, is there anything else that I could possibly do? Conjuration. More summoned units might be good here. Harvester of Sorrows. Or the Mound Fiend. Curse humans with its hunger. The Mound Fiend is also... Ooh, I would like the Mound Fiend. Give me the Mound Fiend. I will take that. Yes. Give it to me. Augury, Nothing Found in Valadon, Shade Beasts, Summer Lions, Battle in Ironport. Now why are you attacking me here? Oh, Madmen from Ironport. They're doing this spell. Well, fortunately for me, they're just going to lose everything. Oh, those guys are netted. Then a battle at Akros Fal, which is them probably trying to attack us again. Same force this time around. We're just going to speed things along. Ooh, this time around, my guys got ahead of themselves and might end up dying. Oh, there's Kara the Bane. What else is so wounded already? Affliction, chest wound, and a limp. I'll have to freaking fix that. Okay, mercifully their army seems to be falling apart at the seams, and they're running out of frontline troops again, because they keep tossing their troops into a meat grinder. But unfortunately, Kara the Bane happens to not have any form of regeneration, and so he's taking a lot of damage. Alright, how many did they lose this time around? 2 priestesses, an Acrid champion, 2 line trip witch doctors, and Oread, as well as the majority of their forces. We lost only 32, but that's starting to have a problem. Dust River, a water mage has arrived at the Lake of Living Water. An attempt to summon the entities residing therein can be made. It is not without danger, for the lake may not want to be disturbed. A handful of magic gems are found under a huge rock. There's the fork of repairing the fort faster than we can tear it down. We need more men in order to breach it. I think they've been punished enough. They've lost the vast majority of their forces. At least here in Akros Fal, they've lost almost all their troops. So we'll pull back for now. Do I have any particular direction I wish to go in? Yes, we'll head north, and we'll see if we can start picking up some troops from there. Solius, you've been summoning Summer Lions constantly. There's no more need. We have our troops together. And I should probably set you up to defend to join us in the front lines, but first things first. You have the highest fire magic skill base out of all of us, and you're also invulnerable to boot, but that's not what I'm here for. What magic items can you forge? Ola Khan's Scepter. The scepter was created long ago for a powerful Abyssian warlord. The scepter makes it possible to both command more men and hurl huge balls of flame at the enemy. It grants partial protection from the cold, and if used in melee, it will inflict fatigue on anyone close to where it strikes. Unquenchable Sword. This blade is made of solid flame tempered in an elemental brazier. The flames that lick the ever-burning edge are incredibly hot and will cut through armor and flesh with equal ease. The heat of the blade will cause temperatures to rise in the entire battlefield and everyone to suffer from severe fatigue unless protected. The sword should not be wielded by anyone not immune to fire. The Ruby Eye. By replacing his own eye with this fiery eye-shaped ruby, a mage will become more powerful in fire magic. Every now and again, the magic ruby will shed tears of magical water gems. Magical water gems. Really? Like, that's why I'm kind of stuck here. But I almost want you to craft that one now, just because it just seems like a really nice artifact to have. Command cold visit, and there's also the fire ritual range. You know what? Forge it. And now you're here. Investigate the event, or at least actually... yeah. You're investigating. I'd like to instead change order to preach. I want you to magic the event. Hopefully this doesn't go awry. Is there anything else I can do at the time? You're not doing anything again. You've built the temple. I guess you can sit here... Well, actually... What do you have? You have a thistle mace. I want you, because we're not using the astral gems yet, to continue searching. To cast horror specs in the areas down south that we haven't casted in yet. Unless a Deathwind, you forged that item, but what else can you forge for me? I really want you to continue forging items, but I don't have anything in mind in particular. Except for the quickness boots, but I actually will empower you to the second level. Or, yeah, empower you to the second level of water, so you can create those boots. And with that, that's nothing else that we can possibly do. We're not going to boost province defense in the home district. We don't need to. Hell, Heirdings, because it's going to burn through all my gold. And some Heirdmen. You will get some more mounted Heirdmen. And a regular Heirdman. Then over here, we will continue to recruit. We'll get a Woodhenge Druid and a bunch of regular Heirdmen. And for once, we actually have a little bit of gold left over. Which I don't know what I want to use it on. Oh, Skull Mentor. Didn't even realize. And there's Sun Slayer and the Baneblade, but I don't know what I want. I have to wait until Korra returns before I can give him the Sun Sword. How many we have a ton of nature gems. Okay, at this point, crate, empower, nature. We're just going to empower you straight to 5 so you can start forging some of the higher tiers of magic artifacts and do a lot of summonings. At massive benefit. And we have enough blood mages, we have enough blood slaves where soon we can consider boosting the blood magic skills of our regions. So we have one with 40, we can boost that up a little bit. A little bit more never hurts. And with that, we'll end the turn and the episode here. I hope you've all enjoyed watching. This has been BrainBoy 20 with Let's Play Dominions 4 Thrones of Ascension. And I'm signing off. If you liked the video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and it helps out a great deal. And I hope to see you all next time.